Floozy hit a slender lead. It's Floozy just in front. Scud very late. Floozy's won the Silk Stocking.
Hi, welcome to this week's edition of the Final Gallop, proudly brought to you by Mr. 5-Star in the Brisbane Airport's Hotel Group. What a man. A couple of beers with him last night. Big fella's pumped up for the weekend, so hopefully we can get a couple of winners going in through this preview. All right, few down weeks, Cav, before we get into the Winter Carnival, mate, and pretty exciting on Tuesday with the trials. Plenty there, plenty of the good horses.
Yeah, it was good to see them horses back and trialling and trialling good. Still another couple tucked away ready to trial, but watching Antino gallop on the course proper yesterday, it's good to see them good horses back.
Yeah, Antino, just where are we at with him?
He had a gallop on the course proper yesterday, Eagle Farm. He'll go to Doomben on Saturday and gallop between races 3 and 4, and then into a trial, and then hopefully off to the races.
Beautiful. All right, let's get straight into it. We've got a big preview here. So we're obviously at Doomben on Saturday. The rail's in the 2.5 metre position. Currently a soft 5, plenty of warm days ahead. I imagine it'll definitely get back to a good 4 at least, Cav.
I'd say so, mate. We had a good dew here this morning, actually. Just looking around the grass here at the stables, not a bad dew at all. So, bit of moisture. I'm sure Ross Egghead Smith will have that track in perfect condition.
So you happy with the dew?
Oh yeah, I like that little bit of dew, eh?
All right, let's get into it.
Before I go any further, the only reason I'm on this show, I've asked to be on this show because a certain bloke with no hair called me Cabbage Head last week, and I asked to be on the show this week.
Oh, absolutely. I felt really bad, but I thought we'd get him on, and actually you can decide for yourself whether that's a fair call. Anyway, let's get into race 1, 2-year-old race. I Am That Girl, obviously a filly, 54.5 kilos. Angela on board, barrier 2, $14 for Ladbrokes. Probably hasn't lived up to what we thought she might, but saying that, she's been there or thereabouts. She's got a great brain on her, and I think she's definitely one that's going to really excel, having, after this run, potentially going to the paddock, growing, having a long spell, coming back, strengthening, but she's drawn barrier 2. We've got to go around. As we've seen with these fields, they really do disintegrate sometimes closer to the race day as well, so she'll definitely go around. Cav, thoughts?
Yeah, she looked disappointing on paper, first up run with the run she had, but we've made a gear change at home, put a tongue tie on. Her work has improved immensely, and looking for a forward showing out of her on Saturday in this 2-year-old race.
All right, on to race 3, the Class 3 plate over 16-15. We've got 2 runners, but ready for the trip slightly to go around next week, but we will preview it quickly. First runner is Boomshot, 60 kilos, Ryan Maloney, barrier 6, $9 for Ladbrokes. First time out to a mile after finishing strongly last time. Has a tough racing pattern in that it gets back, but there's plenty of speed in this race, and if he is gonna get over the top and finally get a win on the board this prep, it could be at this. Will he handle it the mile?
Yeah, that's the big question mark, Andrew. He's been jumping well, but just sort of kind of muster early speed, and with the mile, with a little bit of speed on, and been busting the try-him at 1600, so we'll see how he goes on Saturday.
All right, well, just a quick one on ready for the trip. We will preview him just in case that the race is starting to fall away already, so although we're not going to run him, if the race continues to fall away, I'd say it probably becomes more of a chance that we will. So $15 at the moment. Half length second over the mile in the grade, last start at Eagle Farm, same weight, similar gait. As I said, likely to be safe for next week. What can we expect though, Cav, if he does run?
His last run was a real good run. Tony's of the opinion he's a better horse at Eagle Farm, but if this fields fall away, you've got to send him around, and he won't disappoint. He has a go all the time, the horse, so he'll race well.
Yeah, he really was great for the owners last time, winning 3 in a row. So he's obviously he's already done a little bit for that ownership group. So hopefully, if he does run, he goes well again.
Yeah, the same crew turn up every week to watch him go around, and they're happier with him every time they leave. So we'll see how he goes on Saturday.
Yeah, it's always great to see the limo man there, isn't it? Dressed up in his gear, looks very smart for the races.
It's a shame that he's not there for the last, so I can get a lift home.
All right, on to race 4, 3-year-old handicap over 2020. We've got 2 runners, probably both you could potentially say having to throw at the stumps, but Again, it doesn't look an overly strong race on paper, so we'll start with Outta Reef, 53.5 kilos, claiming the true weight there, Miller Lang, barrier 8, it's $19. Broken maiden last start over the mile. Bred to get this trip, further the better. It led last time, and I think in this race it's every chance to lead again. If it does, the distance is going to suit. Getting further out in trip, obviously by Castelvecchio, will definitely help.
Oh, for sure. It was a nice win the other day. They have to do everything in front, and the horse had run second, looked like it had it cold, and she fought back and she won well. Blinkers on this week. I'd say she'll lead on her, and she'll be hard to get past.
All right, our other runners, Lady Tangalooma, 52.5 kilos, Daniel Moore claiming the true weight again, barrier 5, $35 odds with Ladbrokes. Very disappointing last 2 runs. She won over 1,800 3 starts ago. The form out of that race isn't great. We put the tongue tie on to help with the breathing. Is that going to be is that what she needs to improve?
I'd put a line through the last run. She ended up being in the worst part of the track, I thought, at Caloundra the other day. With the rail out so far, and then she's come out wider. Once you get across that camber at Caloundra, you're in a swamp, and I'm afraid that's where she was. And just put a line through that run. As it missed a beat at home, it's worked good with the tongue tie on. Daniel Moore on the back. It just got to be ridden quiet, suck up behind them, and give her the last run at them. And I think you'll see a big improvement out of her.
All right, on to race 6, benchmark 78 handicap over 1350. Big field will generate good speed here. We've got 4 runners engaged. They all look good chances as well. So held to pay, 58 kilos with Chelsea's Claim, barrier 2, $12 to win with Ladbrokes. Strong win last time, track and trip. Steps up in grade, but draws great and gets the map to get the right run. No reason can't make it 2 in a row?
No reason at all, Andrew. It was a nice win, nice tough win the other day. Stepping up into Saturday class since he's come to Queensland to join us. Chelsea's riding very well at the moment, and he'll be a tough nut to crack.
Yeah, let's get a super run from the draw, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. She in the first 4, lead if there's no speed. As I say, Chelsea riding good. He's going to be tough to beat.
All right, horse close to your heart, Cav. Exceed speed, 58.5 kilos. Ryan Maloney, barrier 11, $15 the win. Second up after a solid first up run. Much better over this trip. 3 of the 4 wins have come at this trip. Always in the market and a consistent horse. A chance in a very wide race.
Yeah, it's funny, he wanted to put a couple together and then he come up for sale online. I bought that share and he lost the leg somehow. But anyway, bad luck, Cavanough, they call me. Anyway, he should race good. Just tied late in the run the other day and looked like he was going to be right in the finish, but come to the end of his run about 100 out, and I thought his run was good. He's come on great since that run, and he'll run a cheeky race.
All right, on the Savagery Vibe, 57.5 kilos, Martin Harley, barrier 3, $4.50 odds with Ladbrokes. Continues to improve through the prep. When she first come up here, she's improved dramatically from the first time I remember jumping out. She just keeps improving. She's got a bit of quality about her. 2/3 and a win and 2 close placings this prep. Steps up to 1350 for the first time. She looks like she's crying out for it, but sometimes that can be deceiving.
Yeah, and the thing is also, she's drawn a good gate where she can get cover this weekend. She's been unlucky with the barrier draw the last couple. It's been sort of caught wide, although had cover, but still out wide. Marty Harley on the back should be able to get a nice little run behind him, suck up with cover, and either come through the middle of them or come to the outside of them. And the way she's been going at home, she will race very, very well.
All right, the last of our 4 runners, Great Aspirations, 57 kilos, Angela Jones, barrier 8. He's $23 the win with Ladbrokes. It was okay first up. I think the key to this horse is Anne's jumping back on its back, four rides on it for 2 wins and 2 placings. Not without a chance.
Yeah, he was 5 weeks between runs the other day. He's a touch on the fresh side. He's the same as Exceed Speed. He loomed up, but come to the end of his run in the last 100. He only got beat just over 2 lengths. He pulled up a little bit like myself when I have a run, had a good blow, and he's improved since then.
I would dare say if you had a run, you wouldn't pull up with a good blow, you'd have a heart attack. Come on, let's be honest. When's the last time you run, by the way?
Just before.
On to race 7, benchmark 80 handicap, over 11.10. They will go like yesterday's pay in this, although when you get the pay packet of what Cav does, that'd be pretty hard, I reckon, to spend in a day, Cav.
Oh, go easy, go easy.
We have Brereton engaged here, 57.5 kilos with Chelsea's Claim, barrier 17s, drawn the car park, $17 with Ladbrokes. Very consistent horse. It's obviously been up in grade and drops back down in grade, though saying that this race is very strong. Definitely tell the winner Carnival's on our doorstep. 1,200 metres, back to 11.10. Hopefully will suit. I think the speed's going to be on. It's going to suit it if it's a day where you can make up ground from the back.
Yeah, the other day there was a slowly run race. He pulled. In hindsight, CJ said post-race that maybe she should have led on him. Anyway, that's the past. Let's look to the future. Heap of speed. If he can get a nice run behind him and come to the outside, he's a horse that doesn't like racing between runners, doesn't like horses brushing up against him. But if he can get to the outside behind a solid run race, he should be finishing off.
Yeah, it's a good quality race, this one. There's a few there with Carnival Aspirations, so very strong, benchmark 80. On to the last race, race 8, open handicap over 13.50. All of these of ours, we've got 5 in the race, and they've all drawn really to suit their strengths. So we go there with 5 chances. Obviously, they're there at different levels of their preparation. So we'll start with Tenzing, 59 kilos, Damien Thornton, barrier 1, $19 with Ladbrokes. Usually needs to run first up. Had a really great prep. Two preps ago, come back in last time, really didn't present, so we just put him back out. Seems to have come back right this time, Cav.
Yeah, looking at his trials and that, he seems a different horse to what he was last prep. He's a lot happier in himself and his work. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he races first up. He's sort of got no first up form, but you know, they can turn that around any time.
Second of our runners, Lucky Girl, 57 kilos, Ryan Maloney, barrier 8, $12 with Ladbrokes. First up for us, coming from America, working well, so 2 trials in readiness. Really, we go into this great unknown. Her preparation from here is probably governed by how she performs first up.
Yeah, she hasn't missed a beat since she's been in the yard. All riders, jockeys have been happy with the way she's trialled and the way she works. I'm looking forward to seeing how she goes on Saturday and onwards and upwards from there.
All right, third runner, Horizon Pacific, 57 kilos, Andrew Dunemann, barrier 3, drawn perfectly again, $18 to win. First up and generally needs a run, as does Tenzing. 2 jump outs and a trial in preparation. Outstanding preparation last time, was a great money earner for owners, but it looks very similar to Tenzing in terms they'll come on from the run.
Yeah, correct. Just done everything right in his trials, in his track work. Looks $1 million. He'll race a little bit on the fresh side, I'd say, but he'll improve from Saturday, and really looking forward to it till he gets over a bit. Wait until he gets over a bit of distance this prep, and no, he's come back a different horse.
Yep, Kronenbourg's our 4th runner, 56.5 kilos, Emily Lang, barrier 12, $31 with Ladbrokes. Also first up, coming off 2 trials and a jump out, loves Doomben, and a forward showing wouldn't surprise. I think you look at the barrier and think it's a bit tricky, but I think for a horse like that, it just enables him to amble over when in his own time without having to really hustle to get there. Probably not a bad draw for him.
Yeah, and the best part about the 1350 metre start, you get a good long run down the back. Emily gets on well with the horse, and he's done everything right here at home. Looking forward to watching you go around.
Last of our runners is probably our best chance on paper, and the market says so as well. Castillian, 54 kilos, Angela Jones, barrier 15, $4.20 with Ladbrokes. Comes off 2 impressive wins, last 2 starts. Really on the improve, this horse. Up to open grade with a light weight, but the outside, again, as we've discussed, the outside gate looks terrible on paper, but if you go through this race on exposed form, there isn't a lot of speed in this. It should be able to amble across, lead, and judging on his last 2 runs, it's going to be every chance.
Yeah, he drops in weight considerably. It's got good gate speed, as with the 1350 metre start, as I said before, with the other horse. Nice long run down the back. She doesn't have to panic to get across. She can take her time. I think he's going to be a very tough nut to crack. I really like him.
Best of the chances?
Castillian.
All right, we're in the final furlong of the Final Gallop already. We're just flying through this with the Cavanough here. Best winning chance at Doomben on Saturday?
Castillian.
Best each way chance?
Best each way chance. I'm going to pull one out of left field here. I'm going to go Outta Reef.
Outta Reef? That's pulling one out of left field, isn't it? Good on you,
$21. Anything can happen.
All right, best elsewhere over the coming days?
We'll go to Toowoomba on Saturday night. We'll go Boozy Miss. Been a victim of the barrier this last couple of starts. Hopefully she draws a good gate at acceptance time today. And don't be afraid to have a couple of dollars on.
Best in track work this week?
Best in track work yesterday was, this week is Black Horse Antino. Very good work by himself on the course proper at Eagle Farm.
I'll tell you what I like about this show today, Cav, is that you've actually done your homework, whereas last week the person in your chair was looking at his phone. He didn't know what was his best chance, and I reckon that displayed over to the Saturday. We didn't get a winner.
That's why they call me the master.
Oh Jesus, that'll do me. The master. Well, they don't go yet. Don't go yet. Cav's Corner. You're hearing the gibber here firsthand, but let's go over to Cav's Corner now.
Righto, Cav's Corner for this week. I'm going to go Savagery Vibe, a win. Into Boozy Miss, a win. Good punting, guys.
All right, well, I can't talk to Tony about your Cav's Corner, so why did you come up with those two?
Well, I've liked Boozy Miss's last couple of runs. She's been a victim, and CJ's come back and cursed herself on both occasions about being caught wide. It's come through the runs good, and Savagery Vibe, consistent. There's no reason why she can't produce it on Saturday again.
Yeah, it really looks a winning chance, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
All right, thanks, mate, and good luck, eh?
Good on you, Andrew.
Thanks, mate. Well done.
It was good to work with you without you insulting me.
You're hard not to insult.